Hello and very warm welcome to you all. Myself Monisha, and today in this video I'm going to take you through the process of complaint redressal under Enforcement Directorate. So how a complaint process works in ED. To understand what types of complaints are handled by Enforcement Directorate in India, it is important to understand regarding the Jurisdiction of Enforcement Directorate. Primarily responsible for handling the two laws in India, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act FEMA 1999 and Prevention of Money Laundering Act PML 2005. These two laws apply to whole of India, including the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Enforcement Directorate has the power to take action under any or both of the above laws. On the other hand, civil courts handles FEMA cases while PMLA cases are heard in criminal courts. The status of individuals suspected of any crime under the above two acts and laws governing the same, be it a politician or a businessman, does not hamper the working of the ED, as it works impartially against any person or legal entity who commits a crime. In cases of any public employee involved in any money laundering offense, they will be subjected to the jurisdiction of the agency. Now coming to the types of complaints which are being handled by the ED, the crime relating to the economic nature and which fall under either FEMA or PMLA or both, then it shall be handled by the Enforcement Directorate. FEMA Related Offences. The designated officials of the Enforcement Directorate shall involve in the investigation and adjudication of the offences under Foreign Exchange Management Act as well as Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1947. The FEMA violation shall include failure in the realization of foreign exchange, racketeering in the foreign exchanges transaction and reserves, and the foreign exchanges which are non-repatriating in nature. In case of violation under these sections, Enforcement Directorate can lead to arrest of the convict or a penalty of up to 3 times of the sum involved can be levied upon. PMLA related offences. The Enforcement Directorate has the power to conduct search, seizure, freeze or attach the property of the accused once found guilty of committing offence under PMLA. These offences amount to criminal offences and are dealt accordingly. Cases under Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. The Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018 restricts the economic offenders staying outside the country's jurisdiction in order to protect themselves from evading the law of the country. But under the Act, the Enforcement Directorate has been conferred with the power to collide with the Government of India and other foreign governments to trace and arrest the guilty. Various methods of filing complaint with Enforcement Directorate. Let's have a look. The step 1 may include filing of complaint with other agencies. A person desirous of reporting a matter relating to FEMA and PMLA, first of all they have to register their complaint with any agency or with the police department other than the Enforcement Directorate. Before making a complaint to the Enforcement Directorate, a person shall file complaint to any other agency or the police department, after which it comes under the Enforcement Directorate to investigate the matter and take action against the accused. PMLA consists of around 157 sections illustrating the offences relating to money laundering. If any of the offence registered in the complaint is one of these 157 offences as listed under PMLA, then the Enforcement Directorate is empowered to take action on the complainant directly. The officers of the Directorate have the power to investigate, conduct search and seize the property of the person against whom complaint is filed. Step 2 includes sending a complaint to the Enforcement Directorate directly. Although a person is not allowed to approach the Enforcement Directorate directly, however, they can send their complaint relating to the illegalities in money laundering and foreign exchanges to the following address, which is Director, Enforcement Directorate, 6th floor, Lok Nayak Bhavan, Khan Market, New Delhi 3. A person is also entitled to file an application with a court which can further refer the matter to Enforcement Directorate to be investigated by the Enforcement Directorate agency directly. So, is it possible that Enforcement Directorate takes action on its own? The Enforcement Directorate is not empowered to take any action on its own, that is suo motu. It can take action only when a complaint is filed. The Enforcement Directorate agency has the power to attach the property of the accused and to arrest them also. The matter is resolved through adjudication by courts or through the PMLA court. The procedure of investigation after the complaint filing. So what is the basic procedure which is followed once the complaint is received by the Enforcement Directorate? So first among them is searching of a place or a person. Once a complaint is registered with any agency or the police, the officers of the Enforcement Directorate shall report the same to the magistrate under section 157 of Code of Criminal Procedure. After receiving the magistrate's approval, the officers have the power to search any place, property, vehicle of the accused or break down any safe or locker in order to exercise their power. The officers are also bestowed upon with the power to search any person if they have sufficient reasons to believe that the said person could be involved in a crime. Section 19 of PMLA empowers the officers to arrest any person if they have any or sufficient reasons to believe that there is an involvement that relates to money laundering. Second among them is seizure or confiscation of any property. The Enforcement Directorate officers are bestowed upon with the power to seize or confiscate any property if they have sufficient reasons to believe the involvement in the money laundering case. Section 17 and Section 18 of PMLA describes down the relevant provisions in respect of the search and seizure of the property connected with the laundered money. Third step is preparation of report. Once the investigation is successfully conducted, a report detailing the entire matter shall be prepared by the officers. The report must contain the details of investigations undertaken by the officers, details of places or persons under investigation, details of attached property, if any, and details of the persons arrested, if any. Fourth step is taking action relied upon the report. After the preparation of the report, the matter can either be resolved one and for all by the Enforcement Directorate's own adjudicating body, or the same may be referred to the CBI court or the Supreme Court. The aggrieved party is entitled to file an appeal with a higher court. For the purpose of filing of appeal, the agency has its own appellate panel. In the event the FEMA's provisions are violated, the court shall impose a fine which may amount to 3 times of the amount involved, as well as a rigorous imprisonment stretching up to 7 years. That's all for this video. For any other concerns or questions on this process, kindly email us at info@enterslice.com or call on the numbers mentioned over the screen. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.